Question 4. You have 22 minutes to plan and answer this question. The question will ask you to compare item 3 with item 1 or 2. You will need to analyse the effects of language and comment on whether it is similar or different to the other text. Note at the top of the text the type, audience and purpose. First, draw up a comparison table like the one shown here for your quotations and comments. You can do this in your answer booklet. This will allow you to cross-reference ideas and explore comparisons between different uses of language. Read quickly over item 3 again and stop every time you encounter a use of language that has been designed to have an effect on the reader or that helps to achieve the purpose of the text. You are looking for some of the things on this list, but it is important to note this is not a technique spotting activity. Sometimes language has an effect or purpose, but doesn't have a special name. It is worth writing about it anyway. Each time you select an example, write it into a space in the left side of the table with a small comment to remind you why you chose it. This might include the name of the type of language, if it has a name, and a word to describe its effect. When you have found 4 of these, it is time to choose a text to compare it with. To make it easier to write a comparison, choose the text that you feel has the most similar purpose and style. For example, pieces that are both for entertainment and are descriptive will work well together. Read through your chosen text and select examples that in some way link with your other quotations. It could be a similar type of language or have a similar effect. Write it into the adjacent box with a brief comment about its effect. Use each row of your chart to write a paragraph exploring the effects of the language and how the examples are similar or different. Use the box on the left to write a point, quotation and exploration, then link it with an appropriate connective and do the same for the second box. Finish the paragraph with a clear explanation of how the examples are similar or different. Remember that even though there is a link between the 2 examples, they will never be used in exactly the same way. These contrasts need explaining. When you've done all 4 rows, draw one neat line through your plan so that it can still be read clearly. Now use this process to answer question 4. Here is an example. I'll need to use the first example in the planning table to create a point for source 3 about the language used and follow it with a quotation. I then need to explore the effect of this use of language on the reader. It is helpful if I refer to the intended purpose of the text when explaining. I then need to use the second example for a comparison point and exploration of language and its effect on the reader. Finally, I will make it clear how these effects and examples are similar or different. Now use this example to write another 2 paragraphs. You can refer to the example table if you wish.